Hi, I'm Rebecca, and today we're going to be talking about hurricanes. If you live on the East Coast of the United States, it's likely that you've experienced or heard about a nearby hurricane.
Hurricanes, also known as typhoons in the Northwest Pacific region, tropical cyclones in the South Pacific, or even Willy Willies in Australia, are very strong storms, and their winds and rains can cause a lot of damage to buildings, roads, and people where they strike.
As you may have guessed from all the different regional names hurricanes have, these storms strike throughout the world. But not all locations are equally likely to experience a hurricane, and weather disturbances like tropical waves don't always become powerful and damaging storms. This is because hurricanes need four key environmental conditions to form: one, low air pressure; two, moist ocean air; three, tropical winds; and four, warm temperatures.
Let's start with the concept of low air pressure, also called low pressure zones. Air pressure is caused by the weight of air molecules above a surface. Things like shifting temperature and altitude can cause pressure to change. For instance, in warmer areas, the pressure will be lower, and warm air rises upwards and creates a low pressure zone, which is vital for hurricane formation. Cooler air will then rush into the hole created by the warm air rising. This pattern of ocean air warming and cooling and rising and falling in these low pressure zones can create condensation in the form of clouds and thunderstorms, two of a hurricane's most notable characteristics. Tropical winds then cause these rising and falling air molecules to spin, forming a spiral rain band around the clear center of the storm, known as the hurricane's eye, where the storm is its calmest. Interestingly, these winds are counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere due to the Earth's rotation and something called the Coriolis effect, which helps determine the pattern of a hurricane. Hurricane formation would be impossible without warm temperatures, which act as a sort of fuel for the storm, causing them to gain speed as higher temperatures cause more evaporation and air movement. With all these characteristics in mind, it makes sense that hurricane storms are more likely to occur between June 1st to November 30th in the United States, when waters have had time to heat up, and hurricane storms also tend to begin their formation around the equator, where warm weather and tropical storms are most prevalent. Since warm air acts as a sort of fuel for hurricanes, you might be wondering what effect global warming is going to be having on these storms. While warming waters and air temperatures are not likely to make hurricanes more common, they may make them stronger, and otherwise less powerful Category 1 or 2 storms might become stronger Category 4 or 5 storms with much heavier rains and winds, as warmer air can hold more moisture and produce stronger storms. While stronger hurricanes may be more likely to occur in the future, these threats are largely offset by increased access to tracking technologies, allowing scientists to predict when and where a hurricane will strike, giving citizens time to prepare by buying essential products or fleeing the area altogether. However, this ability to flee in times of natural disaster is an economic privilege that many Americans living in poor communities and communities of color don't always have. For instance, when Hurricane Katrina struck New Orleans in 2005, causing $125 billion in damage, lower income people did not always have access to cars, making fleeing the area more difficult. Additionally, the way the government handles these natural disasters often prioritize wealthier people and areas, placing poorer people of color in temporary homes for elongated periods of time and making personal financial recovery near impossible. In this way, every natural disaster, such as a hurricane, has an unnatural effect on an individual's well being, amplifying the importance of understanding where and why hurricanes occur.